Recycling arrows on it. Please recycle. It's not recyclable.
Even worse.
Why?
Don't get me wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, is recycling pointless? I don't know.
Do you recycle?
Yes.
For sure, absolutely.
Absolutely, everything I possibly can.
For decades, we've been told.
Recycle America, don't just throw it all away.
Because recycling will save the planet.
You're saving the earth!
And that's what people believe.
We have to do it for the kids, for the next generation.
Yep.
This will all be back on the shelf as a cracker or cereal box in about 4 to 5 weeks.
This recycling company is run by Lynn Hoffman.
If we're not using recycled paper and cardboard, we're cutting down more trees.
All right.
I'm not sure if that's a lie, but it would not surprise me because they think they're recycling, they're producing way more, and then I would also not be surprised by lying that they're recycling, they might be just dumping it somewhere to justify a specific business. That's what I think. While making people feel very good about themselves morally. A bunch of things are getting solved, but other than recycling, but okay.
Recycling paper and cardboard does save trees. Recycling aluminum does save energy. But most of the other stuff is impractical to recycle.
That's right. This is material that came in to the recycling facility from people's recycling carts and is going to leave as trash.
Huge amounts of what people send to her recycling plant will never be recycled.
What?
The worst is plastic, which for years has been marked with the recycling symbol.
We see stuff like this all the time. Recycling arrows on it. Please recycle. It's not recyclable.
Even worse.
Why? Why? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, it's just a video, but I'll do my research later. But I'm like, wow, I hope that's not the truth. Oh my God.
Worse, plastic bags clog the recycling machines.
You have to climb in for a couple hours every day and cut them out with the box cutter.
But people think most of our plastic is recycled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think so. Is it not? You're gonna tell me it's not? That's the trick?
The reality is that
The amount of plastic actually recycled is around 5%.
Wow. Huh? I figured there was something coming, but I'm shocked right now.
Oh my God. So we're giving certain people a bunch of money to recycle stuff as if they're doing a job, but you're telling me all the things that we're giving, only 5% you can recycle? I feel used. But we need to government fund them. I don't know, man. It's like we're giving people a job just so they can get the salary. I don't know.
I didn't know.
It's sad.
all my life I've heard about how important it is to recycle.
It's not.
Science writer John Tierney debunked recycling claims years ago. His New York Times Magazine story, Recycling is Garbage, set a record for Times hate mail. And yet, what you said is still true?
It's even more true today. In fact, the economics have just gotten worse.
Yeah, just because they believe it's true, they went even worse in that direction with, I thought, by overproducing because they're recycling. And now he's like, hey man, it's not true. You gotta stop. Isn't that wild? And it's in New York Times. That's a very left-leaning thing. So don't tell me I'm a right-winger. No, you can't do that again. Not anymore.
Now, my city would save more than $300 million a year if it just stopped recycling.
Recycling is an industry that's using increasingly expensive labor.
Industry. I told you, we're giving people a job to feel good about themselves.
What? Oh, come on, man.
That's wild to say. My brain is breaking.
To produce materials that are worth less and less.
Because it's not worth recycling here, much is shipped overseas.
I knew it! I knew it! Whenever I predict the dumbest thing, it's the truth. And the fact that it works is because we think it's the truth. And it's the dumbest thing.
I'm stupid, you're smart. I was wrong, you were right.
Malaysia, where it's just piled up.
A vast field of plastic 2 stories high.
Some of it from America.
See if we can look on the back here. Marysville, Ohio. Look, Walmart bag.
They just dump here and then they burn it.
That pollutes even more. And what they don't burn, they sometimes dump in the ocean.
1 garbage truck of plastic is dumped in the sea every minute.
Barely any of that plastic comes from American shores. So,
if you care about saving Flipper, you should put your plastic bottle in the garbage.
The garbage? But then it would go to a landfill. And aren't we running out of space for landfills?
Yep.
I'm sure we are.
People believe that because for years the media said,
We've about run out of places to throw away our throwaways.
Because the problem is we are so comfortable. At least back in the day we had paper bags that you put all the stuff. No, but if it rains, the bag breaks. I need to use something I can use over and over. The paper bags is even worse. So we went to plastic, but we can recycle it. Now it's worse. We send it to another country. Hey man, it's like bomb after bomb after bomb, and somebody is earning money with all the messaging. Yeah. That's where I come in. A pattern recognition expert. Now you're really a right-winger. Shut the F up.
they think that because years ago there was so much publicity about this barge.
A symbol of this country's growing problems with trash.
The barge traveled thousands of miles looking for a place to dump its load. But it wasn't because there wasn't room. States turned this barge away because alarmist media scared people about what it contained.
There could be infectious waste.
Dripping brown ooze of possibly infectious material.
We don't know what kind of
Legacy media doing their thing back in the day. They can't do it anymore because we got eggs. Let's go.
tropical vermin is in that garbage.
The EPA later found it was normal garbage.
I don't want to laugh. I just want to look at this like entertainment. That's why I think my mental health is still sane. Because if I didn't, I would actually go insane.
What will you learn? That your actions have consequences!
Hills had plenty of room for it. Today they have more space than we'll ever need.
If you think of the United States as a football field, all the garbage that we will generate in the next 1,000 years would fit inside a tiny fraction of the 1-inch line.
Really? Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, but that's not good for business. So that's why they don't want to do it. It's all about business.
On top of that, today's landfills are not the polluters they once were. Some sensible regulations make sure they don't pollute. Eventually, landfills are turned into ski hills, parks, and golf courses.
Simple.
Putting garbage here is much cheaper than recycling. So why do towns keep pushing recycling?
Because it's business. I mean, it's true. If we have so much regulation, why do we work so much harder to recycle? It's 2024. You don't understand. I'm like, okay, cool. You might speak the truth. But it seems you only apply issue after issue, business after business, lie after lie. And then you're surprised people don't trust you anymore. And now I'm a right-winger again. I'm like, why?
It's a bit extreme, isn't it?
They do it because people demand it. It's a sacrament of the green religion.
I rinse my cans. I take my labels off. If there's plastic on that's something that's paper, I take the plastic piece off of it.
That's fine if they want to do it voluntarily, but we shouldn't mandate that. It's not my religion. I don't want to perform that.
Thank you for saying it's like a religion. Yes, it's a religion. Once you remove Christianity, you're just going to replace it with something else. You don't have a God, you just have a government. That's a wild statement.
Want to either. It's time-consuming and complicated. My city orders us follow all these rules.
And that's one of the reasons recycling fails is because it's so complicated, people never learn the rules. And why should they be spending their free time learning these rules?
Worse, lots of what we do is pointless.
If you rinse a plastic bottle in hot water, the net result is more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere than if you threw it in the garbage.
Even Greenpeace said most plastics simply cannot be recycled.
Greenpeace? Who you gonna believe? Me or Greenpeace? I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. But it's so ironic. I don't know. It's so condescending sometimes.
What's Greenpeace's solution?
Let's stop producing it.
You're saying don't use plastic at all. Ban plastic.
I think that's where we're headed.
No more plastic? But plastic often creates less emissions than alternatives.
Oh.
Environmental groups
So no carton do? Okay.
rarely mention that, or how they misled us about recycling for years.
It's appalling that after telling people for 3 decades to recycle, they don't even apologize for all the time and money that they've wasted. Instead, they have an even worse proposal that will make life even worse and will be even more expensive.
That's the problem.
One time-consuming dream of theirs is a circular economy where everything is reused.
If you're running out of laundry detergent, you could take your jug back to the store and fill it up instead of buying another one. That's really the goal.
But people don't want to. You're asking.
They don't want to work. They want the government to make their life simple. And they see a business opportunity. Simple.
Them to do things they don't want to do.
People also don't want insurance rates going up because of catastrophic weather.
Catastrophic weather increases because someone doesn't recycle?
Sure, because of climate change.
I don't want to laugh. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be condescending.
Please forgive me.
But it's wild, okay? It's like somebody says, well, you don't want to put sugar in your cornflakes? I got mustard, I got ketchup, I got mayonnaise. They don't have sugar. Sugar is bad. I'm like, yeah, ketchup, mustard, and oh my. You, man.
Give me a break. Recycling's no climate savior. When Los Angeles mandated recycling.
I don't want to talk about Los Angeles because that infrastructure is so messed up, everybody's leaving. So I don't want to talk about that.
Recycling. They added 400 polluting garbage trucks. But environmentalists still demand we pick through our trash, switch from plastic to paper bags that rip. California even banned small plastic shampoo bottles. These little things here.
Why do you want to make life more difficult for travelers? Some of these rules are just so arbitrary and silly. It's simply a way, I think, for Greens and for some politicians to pretend that they're saving the planet. And it's
to
just
feel
absurd.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end. Do I think recycling is bad? Well, if they're just throwing it in the ocean or just burning it in another country, yeah, I think it's a very bad thing that we just can't handle it by ourselves, but we depend on other people to do it for us. So yeah, in that result, it is bad. I just think as a citizen, we just should do it by ourselves, have a social thing, and shame people for being lazy if they don't want to put the work. I think that's okay. Why not? Why would you not want to work for Earth, put it in the hands of a government that creates a whole social construct, business, taxation to keep it working? I don't know. It's like, just work a little harder. It's better for the environment and government is less in your business. Isn't that a good thing?
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde, kush, hash, purple, skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, jam, turloqueta, verdetta, welcome.